continue to produce the type of division that you would like. Even if there is no chair here for your division today or during this session, please feel free as division members to meet in an informal setting and discuss the issues that you're facing so that the dialogue continues and that you can support each other in the directions that you would like to go. You can then take that dialogue to your official chair and discuss it with that person. But I think it's very important that the divisions work effectively because they provide a great deal of local support for our country efforts and help us understand the direction of Angagan in a regional basis. Distinguished delegates, we will now proceed with consideration of sub-item C of Agenda Item 5, Report of the Working Group on Country Names. The report is before you, as well as a report submitted by the member state Indonesia entitled World Capital Cities. We'll now take these reports for presentation, and I invite the convener of the Working Group on Country Names to present the report contained in document GEGN 201914. I pass the floor to the delegate from France.
Monsieur le Président,
Chair, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present the Working Group on Country Names report. I will present it in the absence of Leo Delone, the co-chair. This report contains the activities that have been undertaken since the 11th Conference on Geographic Names, which was held in August 2017, including the updating of the document entitled The List of Country Names. This list is presented for information and was updated in March 2019 under code CRP.13. The primary objective of the Working Group on Country Names is to elaborate and update this list of all countries recognized at the United Nations in one or all official languages of the country itself and the 6 languages of the United Nations. A version is updated at each meeting of the group of experts. There have been 2 meetings since the 2017 conference, one on the sidelines of the conference and the other in 2018 in Paris. The next meeting is envisaged for Friday of this week. The result of this work and the close cooperation between experts is very beneficial, and we welcome the efficient support provided by the Working Group on the Romanization and the UN translation services. We thank them very sincerely. Regarding the list of country names, it includes 195 countries. These names are presented in an abbreviated and a short name or a long name in the language of each country, and then they are romanized in the systems in force at the United Nations, and they are also included in a short or long form in the 6 official languages of the United Nations. During the Working Group's meetings, it decided to add to an annex in this list a compilation of the links to the national authorities and the country names and other authoritative bodies. I thank you.
Thank you for that report. Is there any comment or question to the report that was just presented? As we consider this, it seems to be a very scientific and sometimes perhaps regarded as a bit of a dry subject, but it forms the basis for the United Nations country name and city name database that we have. And much of the information that has been presented in a visual sense on that database comes from the work of our working group on country names, and we appreciate them for the efforts that they put forward in relation to that. We have a report produced by Poland, GEGN 201909 Revision 1, entitled Official List of Names of Countries and Non-Self-Governing Territories. Does the delegate from Poland wish to make any comment in relation to this paper? No? Okay, that's fine. And likewise, we had the paper that was indicated earlier from Indonesia, being the World Capital City Names and Revised World Country Names, contained in document GEGN 2019 CPR 131. Does Indonesia wish to make any comment in relation to that paper?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, this is the list of the names which Indonesia has a formal diplomatic relation. So we exclude Israel and Taiwan or China Taipei from the list. But the rest, actually, this is the Indonesian naming for the country name. For example, like Czechia in Indonesia is Republik Česká. So this is Indonesian version of the internationally named country and capital for Indonesian population and so on and so forth. Like Spain, we call it Spanyol. Maybe for the Spanish people it's quite strange, but for us, we knew it as Spanyol, not as Spain. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So basically the list is a list of Indonesian exonyms for the countries around the world. Thank you for that. We have had a working group on country names for many years. And I think it's an important work that needs to continue because of the benefits that it can provide on that international standardization platform. And I really thank those who have undertaken the work to do so. They work very much in the background and produce great benefits to our standardization programs, and we thank them for that. Each of us can then benefit as we look at how to incorporate country names within our own organizations by using the data that they provide. Distinguished delegates, that includes the consideration of items under 5C, unless there is any further comment that anybody would like to make. I trust no. We will now turn our attention to sub-item D of agenda item 5, national and international meetings and conferences. There was a paper provided under there entitled International Seminar on Sea Names by the Republic of Korea. I understand from the Republic of Korea that this paper is being produced for information only. Is this correct? I'm trying to find my Korean delegates. Yes, it is. Thank you. Is there any comment that anybody would like to make on any items under this agenda? I recognize Japan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since we're taking a floor for the first time, let me congratulate your reappointment as the chair and commend your contribution to the Angegun as the chair for 6 years. As the chair has correctly reminded us in the beginning, that Angegun is the venue for the technical discussion